Those in favor may say aye. Those against may say no.
First Speaker elections in decades. Government opposition fight it out over Speaker's post.
Shri Om Birla is declared elected.
NDA's choice emerges victorious. Opposition appeals for impartiality.
निष्पक्षता इस महान पद की महान जिम्मेदारी है। आप लोकतांत्रिक न्याय के मुख्य न्यायाधीश की तरह बैठे हैं। हम सबकी आपसे अपेक्षा है कि किसी भी जनप्रतिनिधि की आवाज दबाई न जाए।
Leader of opposition Gandhi tells Speaker to defend the Constitution.
Speaker sir, it is very important that cooperation happens on the basis of trust. It is very important that the voice of the opposition is allowed to be represented in this House.
First face-off in 18th Lok Sabha.
All right, the first face-off in the 18th Lok Sabha over the post of the Speaker, with the government getting its choice. As far as the Speaker's post is concerned, the opposition though reminds the government and the Speaker of their constitutional dharma. Getting you all the details up ahead on the show. A very good evening. This is 5 Live. I'm Sneha. Here are the headlines. Big war over Om Birla evoking emergency in Parliament. Opposition hits out. Prime Minister Modi lauds the Speaker for raising emergency.
ये सदन 1975 में देश में आपातकाल इमरजेंसी लगाने के निर्णय की कड़े शब्दों में निंदा करता है।
Rahul Gandhi officially takes charge of his first constitutional role as leader of opposition. BJP lashes out, says Rahul shouldn't act as China and Pakistan's spokesperson in Parliament. After Enforcement Directorate, CBI arrests Arvind Kejriwal in the Liquorgate case. CBI claims Kejriwal pinned blame on Sisodia, but Delhi CM says he's clarified in court. Probe agency demands 5-day custody. Tamil Nadu hooch tragedy death toll has now mounted to 63. AIADMK MLA suspended from assembly amid raging protests. Stalin government to reply to Madras High Court in 10 days. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange returns to his home country, Australia, freed after 12 years in a US plea deal where he is going to be pleading guilty for breaching the espionage law. Om Birla, three-time BJP MP, was elected the Lok Sabha Speaker for the second time on Wednesday after he defeated India Bloc's candidate K. Suresh via voice vote in a rare contest. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla also condemned the decision to impose emergency in 1975, observed a 2-minute silence in memory of citizens who lost their lives during the period, triggering vociferous protests and sloganeering from the opposition.
Shri Om Birla is declared elected as the Speaker of this House.
Om Birla is back in the Speaker's chair in the Lok Sabha, becoming only the second presiding officer to return after having served a full term after Congress's Balram Jakhar. The NDA candidate won against opposition's K. Suresh after a voice note.
Those against may say no. I think the ayes have it.
In a rare moment of bonhomie, the Prime Minister, newly appointed LOP, then escorted Om Birla to the Speaker's chair.
Please.
ये सदन का सौभाग्य है कि आप दूसरी बार इस आसन पर विराजमान हो रहे हैं। आपको और इस पूरे सदन को मेरी तरफ से मैं बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं। आपकी अध्यक्षता में संसद में जो ऐतिहासिक निर्णय हुए हैं, आपकी अध्यक्षता में सदन के माध्यम से जो सुधार हुए हैं, ये अपने आप में एक सदन की भी और आपकी भी विरासत है।
The opposition, however, had some terse words for Om Birla.
Speaker, sir, it is very important that cooperation happens on the basis of trust. It is very important that the voice of the opposition is allowed to be represented in this House.
आपका अंकुश विपक्ष पे तो रहता ही है, लेकिन आपका अंकुश सत्ता पक्ष पे भी रहे।
150 लोग जब सस्पेंड हुए तो हम सबको बहुत दुख हुआ सर। तो हमारी कोशिश रहेगी कि अगले 5 सालों में इस सस्पेंशन का आप ना सोचे, बातचीत हो सकती है, हमेशा हम डायलॉग के लिए तैयार रहते हैं।
But a storm erupted in Parliament soon after when the Speaker invoked the emergency.
भारत की पहचान पूरी दुनिया में लोकतंत्र की जननी के तौर पर है। भारत में हमेशा लोकतांत्रिक मूल्यों और वाद संवाद का समर्थन हुआ, हमेशा लोकतांत्रिक मूल्यों की सुरक्षा की, उन्हें हमेशा प्रोत्साहित किया गया। ऐसे भारत पर श्रीमती इंदिरा गांधी द्वारा तानाशाही थोप दी गई, भारत के लोकतांत्रिक मूल्यों को कुचला गया और अभिव्यक्ति की आजादी का गला घोटा गया।
Inside Lok Sabha, the opposition raised slogans in protest. Outside, the BJP staged a big protest.
ये बहुत ही ऐतिहासिक दिन था जब काली इमरजेंसी के 50 साल पूरे हुए, तो आज 18वीं संसद में माननीय स्पीकर साहब ने इस प्रस्ताव के माध्यम से वो सच्चाई रखी। सिर्फ और सिर्फ इंदिरा गांधी की कुर्सी बचाने के लिए ये इमरजेंसी लगाई गई थी।
The Speaker, unfortunately, really discussing a matter raising a matter that had not been discussed in the House. The attitude of the opposition parties was well expressed by Rahul Gandhi as leader of the opposition when he said that, we want the people's voice to be heard in this House, and that's what we're here for.
After Om Birla's statement in the House, Prime Minister Modi to put out a message thanking him for speaking on the emergency. He also attacked the Gandhis and the Congress, saying that the emergency era exemplified dictatorship. The Parliament showdown is only set to escalate. With Piyush Mishra, Mausami Singh and Ashutosh, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right. Om Birla got a second term as the Speaker today, but the big fight, in fact, is over the post of the Deputy Speaker. Remember, it all actually started over non-commitment from the government over the post of the Deputy Speaker that the opposition has been upset about. So what is this post and what is the power of the Deputy Speaker? Acting Speaker assumes role of Speaker in the absence. Essentially, the Deputy Speaker takes charge when the Speaker isn't there. Presiding officer and presides over Lok Sabha sessions in the Speaker's absence. Rule interpretation. All references to Speaker in Parliament apply to the Deputy Speaker as well. Decision making. Decisions on procedural matters during sessions is taken by the Deputy Speaker. Representation. It represents Lok Sabha in ceremonial functions, so that also is an authority. What about the committee role? May chair parliamentary panel meetings to oversee legislative matters. I'm going to go straight across to Mausami Singh, getting us more details on that story as far as what to expect in the days to come is concerned. Mosmi, the role of the Deputy Speaker, is that question still there, or is that a closed chapter? It all started from the fight over non-commitment from the government to the post of the Deputy Speaker, and it lingered on, that fight that we saw today play out in Parliament, isn't it, Mosmi?
That's right, Sneha, and the storm could actually brew more over in the upcoming days as far as, the tussle for the Deputy Speaker's post is concerned. The India bloc is almost prepared that the government would offer that post to one of its allies, and thereby our sources tell us that it will be a 200% pitch by the India bloc to claim that post, even as the Article 93 says that the Lok Sabha will elect a speaker and shall have a speaker and a deputy speaker. Thereby, the India bloc wants to underline the importance of having a deputy speaker, unlike in the 17th Lok Sabha when the government evaded that repetitive question by the opposition as to why the deputy speaker's post was vacant. This time round, that tussle has come to the fore in the first 3 days itself, and that brewed up into a contest as far as the speaker's post is concerned, and we saw how through a voice vote Om Birla was elected. So clearly in the upcoming days, K. Suresh is the candidate for the India bloc. They will be awaiting the dates, even as the chair would decide when, if there is a contest, when that has to happen, and it will follow the same protocol as filing of nominations and then the elections.
All right, Mosmi, I'm going to thank you for getting us those details. So clearly a lot of work left to be done as far as the fight for the Deputy Speaker's post is concerned. It's clear that there is going to be a fight. Well, the Constitution versus Emergency showdown also is getting bigger and playing out in Parliament. Take a look.
1975 early morning 6 a.m. Then Prime Minister Srimati Indira Gandhi called emergency cabinet meeting and ratified post facto the single decision. Prime Minister took the decision alone. That is why today we passed the resolution in the House that such trumpulation of such demolition of the Constitution will not be allowed again. So we have taken a...
आज सोचने का विषय है कि कांग्रेस कभी अपने आदत से बाज ना, देश के नौजवानों को ये संसदीय व्यवस्था में जो एक बीच के कालखंड में 75 में इमरजेंसी लगा, उसे नौजवानों को जानने का जरूरी है.
We had all the opposition leaders standing up and saying that they hoped that the Speaker would conduct the House in a manner that was fair to all the opposition parties and that would take everyone's point of view into account. The Speaker, unfortunately, really discussing a matter, raising a matter that had not been discussed in the House. The attitude of the opposition parties was well expressed by Rahul Gandhi as leader of the opposition when he said that, we want the people's voice to be heard in this House, and that's what we're here for.
एजेंसी को लगे 75 साल होने को आ रहे हैं, वो दौर अभी भी जिन लोगों ने उस वक्त वो यातनाएं झेली, जो लोग उस वक्त प्रताड़ित हुए, मेरे खुद के पिता उनमें से एक भोगी रहे हैं जिनको उस दौर में बंदी बनाया गया, सारे अधिकारों को छीना गया. तो ऐसे में आज जब सदन ने इसको लेकर जब इसकी निंदा जब रखी, ये एक ऐसा समय है जिसको आने वाली पीढ़ी को भी भविष्य में इससे सीख लेकर आगे बढ़ने की जरूरत है.
अपनी दादी के, अपने पिताजी के नाम पर जो है वो वोट बटोरते हैं, तो उनके किए गए कारनामों की भी क्या वो जिम्मेदारी लेते हैं? और आज जो संविधान की सबसे ज्यादा दुहाइयां देती हैं, ये भी जरूरी है कि उनका खुद का ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड वो देखें. संविधान की जिस तरह से धज्जियां उड़ाई गई हैं और जिस तरह से गला घोटा है इमरजेंसी के द्वारा, और सबके संवैधानिक अधिकार जो है इन्होंने छीन लिए थे, वो सब भी हम बार बार दुनिया को याद दिलाएंगे, ताकि इस तरह का खिलवाड़ जो है संविधान से
And Rahul Gandhi has taken charge of his first constitutional role. Rahul Gandhi delivered his first ever speech as the leader of opposition in Parliament and urged the Speaker to not suppress the opposition's voice. The BJP, though, trained guns on Rahul, calling him a third failed LOP. Rahul Gandhi is the first Gandhi to be the leader of opposition in a span of 20 years. More in this report.
The opposition represents significantly more voice of the Indian people than it did last year. It is very important that the voice of the opposition is allowed to be represented in this House.
He's traded in his trademark white T-shirt for a crisp kurta. As he rebrands himself as the leader of opposition in Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi's debut as leader of opposition was promising. In his first constitutional role, he sent a sharp message to the newly elected Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla.
It is very important that the voice of the opposition is allowed to be represented in this House. I am confident that you will allow us to represent our voice, allow us to speak. This election has shown that the people of India expect the opposition to defend the Constitution, the Samvidhan of this country.
As leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi is now equivalent to a cabinet minister in rank. So when the speaker was elected, he was called in by Prime Minister Modi to congratulate Om Birla. Rahul and Prime Minister Modi then shook hands themselves and escorted Om Birla to the speaker chair. While the India bloc hailed Rahul Gandhi on assuming the new role,
राहुल गांधी उनको बधाई देता हूं एलओपी बनने के लिए और हम सब विपक्ष के लोग मिलकर के काम करेंगे, सत्ता पक्ष से जवाब मांगेंगे।
राहुल गांधी जी ने एज एन एलओपी कहा है, वो हम सबकी मन की बात है कि अब जो होगा जन की बात होगी, जनाधार पे होगी और जनाधार के हिसाब से विपक्ष को भी इतनी बड़ी जिम्मेदारी दी है जितनी सत्ता पक्ष ने।
The BJP is pointing to Rahul's parliament record and has branded him a third-time failure.
तीसरा लोकसभा है जब मैं देख रहा हूं उनको। पहले 14 में उन्होंने रफेल चिल्लाया, फिर माफी मांगा कोर्ट में, फिर अदानी अंबानी चिल्लाया, अब संविधान जो कांग्रेस पार्टी इमरजेंसी में संविधान को तोड़ मरोड़ दिया।
Rahul is the third member of the Gandhi family to become the leader of the opposition in Lok Sabha. Now all eyes are on the Gandhi scion. With Maushami Singh and Piyush Mishra in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
First constitutional role for Rahul Gandhi, and also important to point out the first Gandhi in 20 years to be the leader of opposition. Rahul Gandhi as LOP. What role is he then going to be playing? Leader of opposition is said to be the shadow PM with a shadow cabinet. A proactive role in the smooth functioning of the House, that's his responsibility as well. Will have a say in the appointment of key bureaucrats, responsible for questioning and scrutinizing the government's policies. He definitely will be leading the opposition's argument and charges and critique during debates. Will take over administration if ruling government resigns. So it's a big responsibility and a big role to play. I'm going to go straight across to my colleague Maushami Singh on more, in fact, on that story. Maushami, essentially, we've seen for just so many years, haven't we? That's reluctance on the part of the Congress party for a no fight between Rahul Gandhi and Prime Minister Modi. They never wanted a direct face-to-face fight, essentially, between these two leaders. But things have changed. That confidence that we've seen is for us to see, really, with the Congress now more willing to pitch Rahul Gandhi as an option against Prime Minister Narendra Modi, isn't it? As an alternative in that sense.
Sneha, this is almost brewed, and if you look at the timeline, it's taken almost 10 years for Rahul Gandhi to step into this role. And every time there were questions about what next? Will it be PM Modi versus Rahul Gandhi? We've seen those battles unfurl and unwind on electoral battlefields, but it's a different ball game. If you talk about the temple of democracy, if you talk about the floor of the House, that are marked by very historic speeches, very, very important moments where you need to stand in solidarity with the government. Sometimes you need to critique the government, you need to point out the flaws, and you need to represent the voice of the people. So it's a counterpart of the Prime Minister's position in the opposition, if you talk about the LOP designation, and indeed a very important one. Remember that in 2019, the Congress failed to back that post because of the dismal numbers that it had, and they didn't muster up enough numbers to back that post. And this time round, when it comes, there's been a studied silence ever since that demand was raised in the Congress Working Committee. A few weeks passed, and then finally, the pro tem speaker was written to by Sonia Gandhi. So interesting timeline and interesting milestone, not only for the Congress party, but also for the India bloc. So finally, you have one leader who is like the leader of the opposition, and in fact, the leader of the India bloc. Remember that there has been no convener in the India bloc per se. That designation hasn't happened, and even like a PM candidate, there wasn't any consensus, for the fear that the Congress feel there would happen a lot of internal tussle. So indeed, there is a green signal to the name of Rahul Gandhi. That also is a big step for the India bloc, and we'll have to see interesting matches ahead in the 18th Lok Sabha.
Absolutely. Mosmi, I'm going to thank you for getting us those details and putting that into perspective. Dr. Anshula Vijit, National Spokesperson of the Congress, is now joining us. Thank you for your time. Gopal Krishna Agarwal, spokesperson of the BJP, also on the show. Thanking you as well. I want to begin by asking Dr. Anshula Vijit about this decision of the Congress party, about pushing Rahul Gandhi to take over finally the first constitutional role that he has taken as the leader of opposition. Give us a sense of how this essentially has boosted the morale of the Congress party and also its own position in Lok Sabha vis-a-vis its partners in the India bloc.
Well, in a sense, Neha, I mean, there was a de facto leader of the opposition anyway, because Mr. Rahul Gandhi had been raising the voice, the concerns of the people of this country. Remember that if 36% of the people have voted for the BJP, there's still 64% that haven't. And that's a large chunk of the opposition that is concerned about the politics of the BJP. He's been voicing their concerns, if you've noticed, throughout a number of years. So this is really a continuation of that role in a very much more formal way. And, coming ahead, we know the challenges that await him, because the BJP has already cleared the pitch by their resistance and obstinacy, as shown by refusing to build a consensus even on the post of the deputy speaker. So that kind of resistance, there's a sense of, I hope, that wasn't foreshadowing anything to come. I'm sure that I hope that the Treasury benches and the opposition will work together in evolving a consensus, but it doesn't seem so. The way the tone and the tenor of the opening 2 days have left much to be desired, and this is just the fault of the government. Whether, talking about the emergency or the refusal of them to evolve a consensus on the deputy speaker. By the way, as you mentioned, the deputy speaker of the Lok Sabha is a mandated constitutional position. They've completely transgressed their brief by not having mandated constitutional positions to be fulfilled. Now, that's exactly what we wanted. They refused to relent on that position. And therefore, then the election of the speaker himself, which was unprecedented in modern Indian history. All this is because of the government. Now, we wonder what will happen in the coming few days and sessions of the parliament. There's much to be spoken about, including Manipur, including the NEET exam, including the mismanagement of the government as far as the economy is concerned, rising levels of unemployment and price rise, the incursion of China. All these things we have raised, and as well as the authoritarianism of this government in conducting the House. 150 MPs were suspended
Right.
by one stroke. I mean, that was also
Right.
reminded to
That was
by the
something that
speaker. I
was
wasn't
raised
doing
by
it. I
the
have the
opposition
highest
today
respect.
as well. Okay, I'm
Yes,
just going to
I
come
have
back
the
to
highest
you.
respect for the position of the speaker.
Right.
But it's very, very unfortunate how things have gone on for the last 2 days here. And we
Okay,
have
but
to
let
keep
me tell the
reminding
viewers
this
how the
government
BJP
that you
responded
cannot-
to this. Today, the BJP said this is, in fact, the third time failed leader of opposition. Gopal Krishna Agarwal, why does the BJP say this? At the end of the day, the opposition has worked hard towards achieving this position, which was not, in fact, given to them for the last 10 years or so because of not doing well in the elections, essentially because the numbers were dismal. However, this position has been earned by them. Gopal Krishna Agarwal.
Sneha ji, it is not only that the Congress had not got the mandate, but the actions of Rahul Gandhi over the last 10 years themselves show a lot of things about his character. He has been trying to build negative narratives on the various issues in the public domain. Second important thing is there are ample evidence where Rahul Gandhi had been talking at the international platforms outside the country which were derogatory to India's image and India's brand. They were, and he had been hobnobbing with certain forces at the global level which are not conducive to Indian interests.
Okay.
So these are the issues which are very important. It is not only that he did not get the mandate for last 10 years. So with all the good wishes to Rahul Gandhi in this constitutional post, I give him good wishes. But at the same time, I would request him to get matured and to look into the responsibility which comes with this position and act in that position. So that's
Dr.
very
Anshul
important.
Avijit, Rahul Gandhi should be more mature and this is a responsible position. He's been hobnobbing with the wrong kind of people, is what the BJP says.
That's so highly patronizing. Listen, the government should improve its track record in terms of management and incompetence. The government, I keep saying this is the most incompetent government in the history of modern India. Because of the COVID mismanagement, because of the fact that they've thrown the economy under the bus, the highest levels of unemployment ever.
No, but you have to balance the
timing. No, I'm saying who should get
mature. Dr. Anshul Avijit, please respond to that charge. Dr. Anshul Avijit, please respond to that charge that Rahul Gandhi has been hobnobbing with the wrong kind of people outside of India. Please respond to that particular charge.
The Prime Minister went abroad in numerous circumstances and critiqued the opposition and undermined the opposition. This was something to be done either on the floor of the House or here. He went around the world in every fora and started critiquing the opposition. Not only that, he went to the USA and said, "Abki baar Trump Sarkar," meddling with the domestic politics of another country. Can you believe that? I mean, this has all been forgotten now. Let us remind you, if it's the time for reminders, let me remind Mr.
You know, Dr. Anshul Avijit, I'm afraid we're running out of time. All right, setback after setback for the Delhi Chief Minister after Enforcement Directorate CBI has arrested Arvind Kejriwal, who's already in judicial custody in the excise policy case. The CBI is seeking 5-day police custody of Arvind Kejriwal. The CBI claims the Delhi Chief Minister received kickbacks and that the agency has established his South Cartels link. In a sensational charge, the probe agency has also said that the Delhi Chief Minister put all the onus on his then deputy, Manish Sisodia, and framed him in this case, a claim that has been now denied by the Chief Minister himself. Arvind Kejriwal was brought to Rouse Avenue Court by the CBI this morning for a hearing in the Liquorgate case. Arvind Kejriwal's lawyer called CBI's move a malicious one, asserting that the agency's action is of gravest concern. The Supreme Court, meanwhile, allowed the Delhi Chief Minister to withdraw his plea against the High Court's interim stay on the trial order's bail order in the Enforcement Directorate case. Arvind Kejriwal responded to the CBI's charge on him pinning blame on Manish Sisodia. Listen in.
स्टेटमेंट लिखे आएंगे अभी मैंने क्लैरिफाई कर दिया कोर्ट में स्टेटमेंट लिखे आएंगे अभी मैंने क्लैरिफाई कर दिया कोर्ट में स्टेटमेंट लिखे आएंगे अभी मैंने क्लैरिफाई कर दिया कोर्ट में
Let's listen in to other political reactions that have been coming in.
आज सुबह सीबीआई ने अरविंद केजरीवाल जी को अरेस्ट किया। वो चाहते थे कि अरविंद केजरीवाल जी की कस्टोडियल इंटरोगेशन हो, उसकी इजाजत लेने के लिए उन्होंने कोर्ट के सामने पेश किया। दिन भर दोनों पक्षों ने अपने तर्क रखे, लेकिन आज जो भी बातें कोर्ट के सामने निकल कर आई, उसमें से जो सबसे बड़ी बात है कि सीबीआई रंगे हाथों झूठ बोलते हुए कोर्ट के सामने पकड़ा गया है। पहली बार ऐसा हो रहा है कि कोर्ट के सामने कोर्ट के जज ने खुद यह माना कि सीबीआई जो कह रहा है और जो प्रमाण उसके पास है उसमें कोई तालमेल नहीं है।
आम आदमी पार्टी ने अपना स्वार्थ सुधारने के लिए उसी पार्टी के साथ गठबंधन कर लिया, इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस के साथ, जिसने सीबीआई की जांच मांगी थी माननीय मुख्यमंत्री अरविंद केजरीवाल जी के खिलाफ। आपको याद होगा 2022 में एक प्रेस वार्ता कांग्रेस के ही लीडर्स ने करी थी, जहां पर इस स्कैम का उजागर करते हुए इसको उन्होंने माननीय उपराज्यपाल जी को लिखा था और उन्होंने सीबीआई की जांच मांगी थी। अब सीबीआई ने अरेस्ट करा है माननीय मुख्यमंत्री अरविंद केजरीवाल जी को। कानूनी प्रक्रिया चलेगी, जांच चलेगी।
Big charge from the CBI here. Arvind Kejriwal expedited the excise policy approval during the pandemic is what is being said. The PA of the Delhi Chief Minister booked the guest house for the South Cartel. 44.54 crore scam money was routed through Hawala for Goa elections. Arvind Kejriwal assured support to the accused Mugunatha Reddy and sought cash. Sisodia's office drafted the report enhancing profit margins from 5% to 12% is what the CBI has told the court today. I'm going to go straight across to my colleague Kanu Sarda, who's been tracking all of those developments. The submissions have been made by the CBI. What next is the question here? What kind of relief can the Delhi Chief Minister expect in the days to come, given that the custody is being pushed for by the CBI as far as the Delhi CM is concerned here? Kanu.
Well, Sneha, the CBI has sort of 5-day police custody for Arvind Kejriwal at this point of time. We are yet whether the 5-day custody will be given to
Right. We'll just, in fact, try and go back to Kanu in a moment from now. Apologize for that poor audio line with her. However, welcoming Amit Tiwari, spokesperson of the BJP on the show, also Siddharth Sharma, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party here. Thank you both for your time. Going to begin by asking Siddharth Sharma, the spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. Just a few months left for the Delhi elections here. Given that the top leadership of the Aam Aadmi Party, including the Chief Minister, is behind bars with the CBI now also pushing for his custody, how do rather things look for you all going forward? Is there a sense of defeat within the Aam Aadmi Party? How are you looking at this entire matter?
We are looking at this matter in the sense that BJP is so desperate today that it has been caught like a proverbial Schrodinger's cat. BJP is trying to find a black cat in a dark room that does not exist. BJP's investigative agency today is caught with its pant up to its knees in the court today, where there is no money trail, there is no money recovery. Where is the question of pinning blame on anybody? Point number two, Sneha, I think the viewers of India Today are pretty intelligent enough. I think they have to understand that double jeopardy is unacceptable under Article 2.22 of the Indian Constitution. There can't be two punishments for the same crime. Arvind Kejriwal cannot be tried by both ED and CBI in the same issue. Educated people are patient enough to understand that justice may get delayed, but it doesn't get denied. That is the law of nature. Just that justice has a gestation period. We understand that. If a policy is deemed criminal, then the maker of the 3 farm laws that led to 700 farmer deaths is opening himself to culpable homicide trial on the same principle, is it not? Beware of what you wish. It may come true in the future. Every kid across India today knows that BJP is so spooked by Arvind Kejriwal's model of governance and competence that it will go to any lengths to hide its policy bankruptcy. Justice, though, I think it is not an executive domain. It is the judiciary's domain, and after a due gestation period, I think justice will prevail. And sane people, unlike jingos, we are patient enough to understand and wait for justice to get delivered. What did happen in the court today? They tried to pin the blame on Arvind Kejriwal. A statement was made on behalf of Arvind. Please understand the travesty here. Arvind Kejriwal is sitting in court and the CBI has the gall to tell the judge that Arvind Kejriwal has said something which Arvind Kejriwal has not said. And the judge was so sane enough to just ask Arvind Kejriwal that have you said so, and they have now not said so. So what will happen essentially is that BJP has to understand that power is equal to not punishment. People don't give you power to punish, people give you power to serve. And that is why in the last 10 years, the way BJP was persecuting...
This is vendetta as the sum total of what is being said by the Aam Aadmi Party, an argument that they've made in the past. But the big question here is that time and again this matters come up in court. If they wouldn't have found merit in the arguments of the agencies like the CBI in now and the ED in the past, then why is that there is no relief that has been granted to the Delhi Chief Minister? And not just the Delhi Chief Minister, for example, Manish Sisodia, the former Deputy CM, continues to be behind bars.
Ma'am, this only clarifies the situation that whatever case has been set up by the CBI or ED, both cases are actually correct, and that is the reason why there is no bail to either to Manish Sisodia or to Mr. Arvind Kejriwal or to any other accused persons. Now, my friend Siddharth was just talking about double jeopardy. Please understand, and therefore for the clarity on the subject, I am making this submission that first of all, the CBI is investing a corruption case under the Prevention of Corruption Act, that you indulged in a conspiracy, framed a policy and took kickbacks, bribe. That's one offense. But when you take bribe, that black money, if you use it, possess it, transfer it, keeps it or launders it, that's a separate offense under Section 3 and 4 of Money Laundering Act. So these are two different offenses to be investigated by two different entities, one CBI, one ED. So there is no concept of double jeopardy. Secondly, who is the complainant in this case? My friend Siddharth is criticizing, alleging BJP to be behind all this. Their own alliance partner, Indian National Congress, Delhi Congress Chief Anil Chaudhary wrote a letter to the Lieutenant Governor and then demanded CBI inquiry, alleging that there is a scam to the tune of ₹100 crore committed by Mr. Arvind Kejriwal and his team. So his own ally is leveling allegation. Independent agencies are investigating it. Courts are monitoring it. Every action of ED or CBI will be monitored, will be tested by the court. And the allegation is today leveled against the BJP. What kind of logic is this?
The big question really is, in fact, and that demands an answer, or rather that is waiting to get answered, is what happens to the Aam Aadmi Party with the leadership behind bars? Essentially, it's a case that is lingering on. There is no relief for the Delhi Chief Minister. What about the next few weeks and months when the Aam Aadmi Party prepares for the elections in Delhi, for example? Siddharth Sharma, I'm going to thank you for the moment for joining us. Also, Amit Tiwari for joining us with your perspective. More news coming in. Anti-terror operation is underway in Jammu and Kashmir's Doda. One terrorist has been eliminated in a Doda encounter, is what we know. American M4 rifle has been recovered from the terrorist. This is the information that we have with us at this point in time. But an anti-terror operation is underway in Jammu and Kashmir's Doda. Essentially, one terrorist has been eliminated in this particular encounter is the information that we have with us at this point in time. American M4 rifle has been recovered from this particular terrorist. Pictures, in fact, on your screens right now. The encounter that has taken place is plain. Terrorists there with the rifle American M4 that has been recovered. CBI is tightening the noose around the NEET accused. CBI is tracking down on the accused in the NEET paper leak. CBI gets a remand of 2 accused in this case. Also, the investigating body reached Oasis School in Hazaribagh to further investigate the matter. One of the accused in the paper leak, also said to be the mastermind of the scam, Mukhya, is on the run. The accused in the case are set to be produced in special court in Patna. 8 people have been named in the CBI's FIR. The Economic Offences Unit has submitted an 80-page FIR to the CBI. Now, as the controversy over NEET, the national level medical entrance exam, keeps snowballing, discrepancies are coming to light about the conduct of the entire process by the National Testing Agency. My colleague Nitin Jain from our special investigation team has this report from a NEET center in Bahadurgarh in Haryana.
On the 5th of May, the NEET examination was conducted in 3 schools in Bahadurgarh city in Haryana. the Hardayal Public School, SR Century School and the Vijay Senior Secondary School. What happened at these centres on that day has left the students stressed and worried. Owing to some confusion and communication gap, 2 different sets of question papers were distributed to the students of these 3 centres. But only the candidates who took the examination at Hardayal Public School got the grace marks. So what exactly happened that day? And who is responsible for the goof-up in the distribution of 2 sets of question papers? Arun Kindra, the chairperson of Vijay Senior Secondary School, explains.
कोई इंस्ट्रक्शन नहीं थी कि आपने कौन सा पेपर, ठीक है सर, हमें इंस्ट्रक्शन मॉर्निंग में दी कि 8:30 बजे आप स्टेट बैंक से पेपर कलेक्ट करें, ठीक है। हमारे डिप्टी सुपरिटेंडेंट गए, उन्होंने कलेक्ट किया, फिर कहा जी कैनरा बैंक में जाओ, वहां से कलेक्ट करेंगे। ये भी इंस्ट्रक्शन थी देने कि 115 पे ये 4 बॉक्स ऑटोमेटिकली खुल गया, डिजिटल था सर आपकी बात। 2 बॉक्स स्टेट बैंक से मिले, 2 बॉक्स कैनरा बैंक से, ठीक है। ये कोई इंस्ट्रक्शन नहीं थी कि हमने कौन से पेपर डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करने हैं, या ये भी नहीं क्लैरिफाई था कि इन दोनों में क्वेश्चन पेपर अलग अलग है। अच्छा, ये बिल्कुल कहीं क्लैरिफाइड नहीं हुआ, ठीक है। ओरिएंटेशन प्रोग्राम हुआ, थैंक यू, आवर रिप्रेजेंटेटिव अटेंडेड, उसके बाद सिटी कोऑर्डिनेटर ने मीटिंग ली, आवर रिप्रेजेंटेटिव अटेंडेड, each and every instructions were followed in letter and separate.
According to Mr. Kindra, there was no clear communication about the 2 sets of question papers or which one was to be distributed. All this despite the coordination meetings and orientation programs that only discussed procedures for conducting the exam. Mr. Kindra then explained how the whole mess started.
गड़बड़ कहाँ से हुई, मैं वहां से स्टार्ट करूँ। ये था कि जो 4 बॉक्स हैं, ये 1:15 पे ऑटोमेटिकली खुल जाएंगे। इसमें कमांड दी गई है, यू नीड नॉट ओपन, अगर कोई खोलना भी चाहे तो नहीं खुल सकता, ठीक है, ठीक है। 115 पे 1 बॉक्स खुला, अच्छा, 3 नहीं खुला, ओके। हमारे सुपरिटेंडेंट ने फोन किया एनटीए, उन्होंने कहा इसको तोड़ दो या आगे आरी से काट दो, क्योंकि उन्होंने बॉक्स के साथ आरी भी दी हुई, अच्छा, इन्होंने आरी से काट दिया। एनटीए से 2 ऑब्जर्वर भी थे यहाँ, एवरीथिंग वाज डन अंडर देयर सुपरविजन, ठीक है। अब जब पेपर हमने निकाले, बच्चों में बांट दी, प्रिज्यूमिंग की यही बांटने, प्रिज्यूमिंग की एक ही सेट है, जैसे बांटे, एक बच्चा ने बताया, वो रिपीटर होगा, उसने पहले दिया हुआ होगा कि हमें तो एक ही क्वेश्चन पेपर करना है, आपने अलग अलग दे दिए 2, अच्छा। 1 स्टूडेंट पॉइंटेड आउट टू द इनविजिलेटर, हाँ, इमीडिएटली हमने रोक दिया उसको।
Actually, the NTA sends 2 different sets of question papers to 2 different banks for safekeeping. The first set of papers kept with the State Bank of India was meant for the regular exam day distribution. The second set, kept with the Canara Bank, was supposed to be a backup, to be used only in a contingency like a paper leak or some unforeseen situation.
अच्छा सर, दोनों पेपर में क्या अंतर है? ये होता है पेपर स्टैंड बाई, कि अगर एक पेपर लीक हो जाता है तो उसको स्टैंड बाई, लेकिन हमें कोई इंस्ट्रक्शन नहीं दिया। वी वर फ्लोइंग द इंस्ट्रक्शन गिवन बाय सिटी कोऑर्डिनेटर। पेपर अब आप अगर क्वेश्चन पुट अप करें, क्योंकि बच्चों का इंटरेस्ट का सवाल है, वी आर विद द स्टूडेंट्स, जो गलती हुई है।
Once they realized there was a mix-up in the question papers, the invigilators and the NTO observers were clueless about what protocol to follow.
सुपरिटेंडेंट ने फोन किया सिटी कोऑर्डिनेटर को 2:08, ठीक है। उनका रिस्पॉन्स आया कि यू वेट माय इंस्ट्रक्शंस, 2:20 पे उनका फोन आया कि कोई सा भी पेपर बांट दो, ठीक है, ठीक है। तो जो कैनरा बैंक के पेपर थे वो बच्चों के पास थे, और 4 स्टूडेंट ऐसे थे जिन्होंने जो स्टेट बैंक का पेपर था, बच्चों को तो दोनों बटे गए, उसमें से कुछ क्वेश्चन कर लिया था।
अच्छा,
वो बोले जी हमको यही करें। उनकी इंस्ट्रक्शन ये आई कि जो बच्चा है दोनों एनटीए के हैं, इनको करने।
So except for the 4 students, all other candidates at Vijaya School attempted the standby question paper of Canara Bank. According to the students, this was a tougher paper. Mr. Kindra adds he also gave extra time to the students to cover up for the delay, but he admitted that something did go wrong.
अगर आप हमारे स्टूडेंट यहाँ जो भी हैं, it is a fact कि टाइम लॉस 30 मिनट्स हुआ है, बट नो स्टूडेंट विल डिनाई कि हमने 1 मिनट भी कम दिया है।
ठीक है,
ठीक है, ठीक है। अब जो सारा प्रोसीजर है, एनटीए के सीसीटीवी कैमरा पे वो अपने साथ ही ले गए फुटेज, एंड आई थिंक कि हमारे पास कोई ज्यादा क्वेरी नहीं आई कि दे हैव सीन कि इन्होंने 550 पे ही क्वेश्चन के आंसर शीट को लिखा। I have told you everything without concealing anything. अगर स्कूल का कहीं फॉल्ट होता ना, मैं आपको बता दूं, whosoever it is, विजय स्कूल और एनी स्कूल, एंटी स्पेयर था, they know it is not our fault, that is their fault.
Our team also met up with Isha, who lives in Jhajjar and took her NET examination at the Vijaya Senior Secondary School on the 5th of May. After the question paper mix-up at the centre, Isha feels cheated and is seeking answers to her numerous queries. She was among those who got the standby question paper, which was tougher. Isha is upset that students at the Hardayal School Centre who faced a similar mix-up of the question papers not only got grace marks, but also a chance to take the retest. Though her centre gave her extra time, Isha feels she also deserves a retest.
सर, हम 2 o'clock को हम नॉर्मली पेपर देने के लिए गए, हमें वहाँ पे S4 कोड दिया गया जो ऑल इंडिया पेपर था, फिर बाद में वो हमसे वापस ले लिया गया और हमें ये बोला गया कि हम आपको दूसरा पेपर प्रोवाइड करवाएंगे। एक गलत क्वेश्चन पेपर डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो गया, तो 15-20 मिनट बाद हमें नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पेपर दिया गया जिसका कोड O2 था जी। और वो O2 जो कोड था वो बिल्कुल ही डिफरेंट था पूरे जो ऑल इंडिया पेपर डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हुआ, वो हमें बाद में पता चला। लेकिन 5:20 के बाद से हम टाइम लेके चल रहे थे कि 5:20 पे हमारा पेपर ओवर हो जाएगा, बट उन्होंने हमें कहा कि आपके जो टाइम वो वेस्ट हुआ था वो हम आपको दोबारा प्रोवाइड करेंगे। तो उन्होंने हमें ऐसे करके 10 मिनट फिर ऐसे कर करके टुकड़ों में टाइम देके वो टाइम कंप्लीट कर दिया गया जी। और फिर हमें वापस घर आके पता चला कि हमारा जो क्वेश्चन पेपर था वो सबसे डिफरेंट था जी। तो अब उस चीज़ के लिए हमें नॉर्मलाइजेशन देनी चाहिए, ये एग्ज़ाम रिकंडक्ट करवाएं और बिल्कुल फेयरनेस से करवाएं कि हमारे जो क्वेश्चन पेपर डिफरेंट प्रोवाइड किया गया उसके लिए हमें नॉर्मलाइजेशन करवाया जाए। लेकिन इन्होंने एक सेंटर पे नॉर्मलाइजेशन करवा दिया गया ग्रेस मार्क्स देके और हमारे सेंटर को छोड़ दिया। फिर बाद में हमें पता चला कि काफ़ी लोग इफेक्ट हो रहे हैं, तो हमने रीनीट के लिए भी केस फाइल अप करवाया। जो विजय स्कूल वाले थे उन्हें कोई भी रिलीफ नहीं मिला इस चीज़ के लिए।
What does NTA protocol say in such cases? In case of any problem in paper delivery to the centre, NTA has to first inform the centre and then they are directed to compensate for the loss of time as per guidelines. 25 minutes standard protocol in this case. The centre superintendent has to inform the testing agency authorities about the paper mix-up. The price of negligence, what our investigation concluded. How the superintendent of examination centre had no clue about which question set was to be distributed points to instances of students' time being wasted due to the paper mix-up. Children were clearly under pressure to finish the paper on time. No grace marks were given in this centre because extra time of 25 minutes was allowed. However, the students were confused and stressed as the extra time was allotted in installments of 10 minutes each.
Brings us to the end of this edition, but we're leaving you with this report. Indian origin astronaut Sunita Williams stuck in space. She and her crewmate, Butch Wilmore, are stranded after glitches were found in the Boeing spaceship they traveled in. Set to return on the 26th of June. It's not known now when the astronauts will attempt their journey back to the Earth. The Boeing Starliner, which is on its maiden trip, has been facing a series of glitches that had delayed its launch twice.
But let's go forward into Starliner, where there was a little bit of action the other day. So I'm going to